It'd be funny if you actually like kept this right now, me talking right there in the video. So people would be like, what? Like, this is how they do this stuff? Oh, I got it. I think I got it. My name is Florent Groberg, United States Army Captain, retired, and these are my 5 insights. Are you ready? Yep. All right. So my first insight is service and what it means. Honestly, it's been one of the toughest questions I've ever had in my life. I went into the United States Army because since a young man, I always wanted to make sure that I did my part. My mom is French Algerian, and I was adopted. And one of the most important things that happened in my life was the fact that my uncle, who was honestly one of my favorite people in the world, was killed in 1996 by terrorists in Algeria. All he wanted to do his entire life was, preach the Quran and be a happy person and be a family man. And, he had to make a tough decision. He fought against individuals who came into his country and tried to pervert his religion. On a day where they had a ceasefire, he was shot, he was beheaded, and he was, dismembered, put in a box and sent back to my grandfather. And as a young man, that changed the entire course of my life. I was 12 years old when it happened. I remember thinking about the reality behind his decisions to go out there and serve for his purpose. I learned the importance of serving at that point. When 9/11 happened, I'd just been a naturalized citizen for 5 months in this country. I was in college, I was a freshman in college, and I saw the same type of evil that my uncle went to fight against that was now invading this new world that I was in, this country that had adopted me. This country has given me so many opportunities and I was so damn proud of. And I knew at that point, like, hey, it's never gonna be about me. It's always gonna be about those people around me. It's about giving back. To this day, there's a couple decisions in my life that are the best decisions in my life. One of them is marrying my wife. And the second one is serving this country. My second insight is always finding a positive in a negative situation. I was a guy that was leading a security team, supporting and protecting some high-level military officials. And in 8 seconds, my life completely changed. In 8 seconds, I got blown up and I was on a stretcher being medevaced. And now I'm at the mercy of nurses, I'm at the mercy of doctors, I'm at the mercy of psychiatrists, I'm at the mercy of psychologists, I'm at the mercy of all these people who get to walk into my room and tell me every day about my recovery and who I am and what the next steps are without actually potentially giving me a truly definitive answer on what's next. I was no longer the master of my own destiny. It took a guy named Travis Mills. If you're watching this and you want to take something out of it, please read about Travis Mills. He was a quadruple amputee, and he walked into my room in November of 2012 and completely changed my life. Because he had gone through what I was going through, except 1,000 times more intense. Instead of being angry at the world like I was, he took recovery as a completely different challenge. He reminded me of the purpose of why I was on this earth. And he reminded me of the purpose as an officer in the United States Army, that I had to go out there and be better. And that I had to go out there and challenge myself. And that I had to go out there and really fight through my demons. And this is when recovery, in that point, became not only an opportunity for me to get back to as close as I was as a human being prior to the injury, but it also gave me an opportunity to truly reshape myself as a person. It gave me an opportunity to really sit there and understand who I am as a person. But I had to go through that dark period. My third insight is never let one action dictate who you are. I've never been more uncomfortable in my life than after I received the medal. I hate the word, I don't hate it, but I really truly don't like the word hero. How am I a hero? A hero to me is someone that makes the ultimate sacrifice. I did my job. I expect every single individual that puts on a uniform to do exactly what I did because that's what we do. But when people go out there and say, hey man, like, hey, you're a hero, you tackled the suicide bomber, you did this and that, I was like, I was just trying to make sure that my friends get to go home that day. That's it. I wasn't thinking about anything else except to do my job. But now people have defined me as an individual based on one action. No, my entire background, my entire life, you know, from where I grew up to where I went to school, the people I associate myself with, to my playing sports, to, you know, joining the army, to all the training that I received and all the experiences made me the person I am today, not those 8 seconds. But I'm also a hypocrite, 100%. I'll be the first one to admit it. I work for the Boeing company, and in Boeing we have another individual that I'm completely fascinated about named Mark. He's a Victoria Cross recipient. Every time we're somewhere, I'm like, hey, have you met my friend? Guess what? He's a Victoria Cross recipient. And so I put him in a really uncomfortable state that I don't like being put in. It's a lot of fun for me because I know him and I can totally relate in this piece, which is a medal will never define us. Our actions define us. Who we are as individuals, what we do every single day when behind closed doors, and who we associate with and what we try to do to make a difference define us. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, ready? My fourth insight is be yourself. Wow, be yourself. That's ingenious. Yeah, you're probably thinking like, man, wow, this guy's a genius, like completely wasting my time. This is his fourth insight, be yourself. Yeah, you know what? That's my fourth insight. Because the reality behind being yourself is one of the most important things that you could ever do is be yourself. Do not shape yourself to be someone different just to appease others. I have to challenge myself to remind myself that it's okay to be me. It's okay not to be, not to do certain things for others. It's okay not to speak a certain way. It's okay not to wear certain clothes. It's okay for me to really truly express myself and be me. I say this to you because, yes, after receiving the medal, people came up and said, hey, now there's an expectation. You need to be this person. You represent all of us. You represent the United States Army. You represent the services. You represent your country. And I really got into my head, and it really started affecting me, and like about how I would interact and talk. And my wife said it best. She's like, Flo, just be you. If you're you, then you're perfect. All right, last one. This is gonna be a good one. We're gonna do this one. Insight number 5, it's okay to be French, and I don't care what you think about it. One of the coolest, most interesting things, in my life is the fact that I was born in France. I came in this country, I didn't speak English, and to this day I still have this incredible, beautiful love for the country of France, but man, did I ever take a beating. This whole white flag thing, that's some crazy stuff. Like, let me tell you something about World War II. For all you geniuses who know everything about history, right? When a country gives up politically, government-wise, it doesn't mean that the people give up. Before you come out to me and say, oh, you guys are French, you guys waved the flag in World War II, do your research. If it wasn't for the French resistance, a lot of things would have been different today. So I just want to put it out there. I'm damn proud that, I was born in France, and I love that country. I love that country. First of all, you got baguettes, you got brie. Even though we didn't create Nutella, I'm telling you what, Nutella on baguette is the freaking best thing in the world. And that is my breakfast, lunch, and dinner sometimes. When I had to renounce my French citizenship, it was one of the toughest decisions. When you tell a country that you no longer want to be considered citizen. But like I told a lot of people, especially when I took a polygraph, and they're asking me about for my previous jobs, when they asked me about my allegiance to this country and friends and stuff, I tell them, here's the reality. When it's the World Cup, I'm rooting for France. I am 100%, I'm not only, but I am 100% French every 4 years, and that's during the World Cup. Now, if they suck, I'm no longer French, and I throw them out of the way. That's the truth. But it's a really incredible thing to be proud of where you come from. It's a great reminder.